Intelligence, we've been told, is power. But what if I told you that the very quality you've spent your life cultivating has been quietly building a prison around your potential? There exists a weakness so deeply embedded in the psychology of intelligent people that most never see it coming. They feel it as frustration, as stagnation, as a gnawing sense that something isn't right, but they cannot name it. And because they cannot name it, they cannot defeat it. This isn't about lack of knowledge or skill. This is about a fundamental flaw in how intelligent minds operate, a flaw that transforms strength into paralysis. If you've ever felt that your intelligence has somehow worked against you, if you've watched less capable people surge ahead while you remain trapped in analysis, then what follows will shake the foundation of how you see yourself. Because the weakness we're addressing today isn't stupidity, it's something far more insidious. The intelligent mind craves understanding. It seeks patterns, reasons, explanations for everything it encounters. This is its gift. But here lies the trap: the need to understand everything before acting on anything. While others move, you calculate. While others fail and learn, you theorize and wait. The intelligent person believes that more information equals better decisions, but reality operates on a different principle entirely. As Voltaire observed, perfect is the enemy of good. Your pursuit of the perfect understanding, the complete picture, the foolproof plan, this is what keeps you stationary while life rushes past. Let's go deeper into the mechanics of this weakness. The intelligent mind operates through a process psychologists call analysis paralysis, but that clinical term doesn't capture the full horror of what's happening. You're not just overthinking, you're using your intelligence as a shield against the discomfort of uncertainty. Every time you face a decision, your mind generates scenarios, contingencies, potential failures. It shows you everything that could go wrong, and because you can see these possibilities so clearly, you convince yourself that waiting, planning more, gathering more data is wisdom. It isn't. It's fear dressed in intellectual clothing. Consider this. Research from Columbia University shows that when people are presented with too many options, they often choose nothing at all. The paradox of choice becomes the paralysis of choice. For the intelligent person, this effect multiplies exponentially because you don't just see the options presented, you generate dozens more in your mind. You see layers others miss, complications others ignore, and this depth of vision becomes a cage. You've turned your greatest asset into your greatest liability. The irony cuts even deeper. While you're busy constructing elaborate mental models, while you're ensuring every angle is covered, the world is being shaped by people who understand less but act more. They're not smarter, they're braver. They've grasped something fundamental that your intelligence has obscured. That action generates information that no amount of thinking can provide. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca warned, it is not because things are difficult that we do not dare, it is because we do not dare that they are difficult. So how do we erase this weakness? Not by thinking less, but by restructuring how we deploy our intelligence. The answer lies in what I call intelligent action, a framework that honors your analytical nature while refusing to let it dominate your life. First, you must impose artificial constraints on your analysis phase. Give yourself a fixed time to gather information and consider options, perhaps an hour, perhaps a day, depending on the decision's weight. When that time expires, you act on the best available information. Not perfect information, available information. This feels reckless to the intelligent mind. It feels like jumping without looking. But here's what you need to understand. You're never going to have perfect information. The future is fundamentally unknowable, and your attempt to know it fully before moving is a fantasy. What you're really doing is using your intelligence to implement a bias toward action rather than a bias toward contemplation. You're acknowledging that intelligence isn't just about understanding, it's about effective response to reality as it is, not as you wish it could be predicted. Second, you must reframe failure. Right now, failure to you means you didn't think it through enough, didn't see the problem coming, weren't smart enough. This interpretation is poison. Failure is data. It's information you couldn't have obtained any other way. The person who acts and fails has learned something real. The person who thinks and hesitates has learned nothing but the shape of their own fear. As Thomas Edison understood when he said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Your intelligence should be used to extract lessons from action, not to prevent action from occurring. Third, Develop what psychologists call tolerance for ambiguity. This is the capacity to operate effectively in situations where you don't have all the answers, where the path isn't clear, where multiple contradictory things might be true simultaneously. For the intelligent person, ambiguity is agony. You want clarity, certainty, logical consistency. But reality is messy, contradictory, and indifferent to your need for order. The person who can act decisively in the fog, who can commit to a direction without knowing the destination, is the person who shapes reality rather than merely observing it. Start small. Make decisions quickly in low-stakes situations. Choose the restaurant without researching reviews. Pick the book without reading summaries. Send the message without drafting it 5 times. These micro-actions build the neural pathways of decisive action. They teach your mind that uncertainty isn't death, that imperfect choices often work out, that the cost of hesitation usually exceeds the cost of course correction. You're literally rewiring your brain to operate differently. Remember this: your intelligence is a tool, not an identity. When you make it your identity, you become trapped by it. You need to be right because being right is who you are. You need to have the answer because having answers is what you do. But intelligence freed from ego becomes something magnificent. It becomes the ability to learn faster, adapt quicker, and extract wisdom from every experience, including failure. As the philosopher Kierkegaard wrote, life can only be understood backwards, but it must be lived forwards. Stop trying to live backwards. The hidden weakness of every intelligent person is this: they believe understanding should precede action. But in truth, understanding emerges from action. The path appears by walking it. Your intelligence doesn't make you weak. Your fear of deploying it imperfectly makes you weak. Erase this weakness by building a new relationship with uncertainty, with action, with failure. Use your mind not to perfect your plans, but to perfect your response to reality. This is how intelligence becomes power instead of paralysis. If this resonated with you, if you recognized yourself in these words, then subscribe for more insights that challenge how you think and push you toward who you're meant to become. The journey from intelligent to effective is one we walk together.